everyone, welcome back to my channel. Or if you are new here, welcome. My name is Ella and I make videos all about Wicca and witchcraft, usually weekly, but I did miss last week's video. I apologize for that. I was supposed to be filming a video on book recommendations. Unfortunately, something came up and yeah, that video is still coming. It's just postponed right now, so just so you know, don't worry, it's definitely still coming. Now, if you are new to crystals, I do suggest you to watch my video on Crystal 101. That link will be in the description box, of course. Apologies for my slight awkwardness in that video. It was one of my earlier videos, if not the first video, I'm not sure. Yeah, apologies for the awkwardness. A quick disclaimer. You definitely don't have to work with crystals. You don't need crystals in your practice if you don't want to. And another thing is, obviously, this is not medical advice. I am not a medical person or anything like that. So, you know, some people choose to work with crystals for crystal healing, but there is no scientific evidence that actually works. So this is really up to you. However, if you do want to work with crystals and maybe collect crystals, then this video is for you. Another thing, all of the crystals in this video are very common and budget friendly. However, on the topic of budget, be cautious with where you buy your crystals. Not all crystals are mined ethically, so just when you are purchasing crystals. So please, you know, avoid the huge websites that are selling everything. I'm not naming any specific ones right now, but maybe you already know which ones I'm talking about. A lot of these crystals are unethically mined, so when you are shopping for crystals, you know, make sure that you know the source where the crystal is coming from, preferably the mines that they're coming from. And a lot of shop owners should be able to tell you where they're from, what mines they're from. A lot of times these crystal shop owners are even in direct contact with the miners themselves, or even mining these crystals by themselves as well. So let's get straight into the video. Crystal number one that I recommend to everyone is clear quartz. If I had to have one single crystal for the rest of my life, it would be without a doubt clear quartz. It's the ultimate healing crystal and it can substitute any other crystal. It's essentially the white candle of crystals. It's a blank page. You can really do anything you want to do with this crystal. You can program it to however you want. You can, you know, anything that you can think of for crystals and crystal healing, and clear quartz is your go-to. It's a base crystal. The vibration of it, everything about it, its energy, it's the basic of all crystals. It's also the most common crystal. It's the most common mineral on earth, so it's very abundant. Therefore, it's also used in a lot of different ways. You see that crystal a lot in science, you see it in electronics. You probably have a crystal actually on you when you're watching this video, because a lot of laptops, computers, phones, they use clear quartz for their energy. Watches also often use quartz. So clear quartz is a very common, very abundant crystal used in a lot of different ways, as well as, of course, for people who collect crystals and are using them for crystal healing. This crystal also is an amplifier, which means that wherever you put this crystal, for example with an amethyst or a obsidian, it will enhance that energy. You can use clear quartz for basically anything. Protection, healing, love, prosperity, anything. It can sit in the sun, you can cleanse it with water, you can cleanse it with salt, and it won't get damaged. I do have a cheat sheet that includes all of the most common crystal types that you are not meant to be using with water, as they can get damaged or be dangerous. So that is for free, you can download that. I'll be leaving the link in the description box below. The second crystal is black tourmaline. This one is all about protection. It is actually said to protect from EMF, so that is an additional little bonus right there for you. Black tourmaline in itself is relatively common as well. I like to wear mine as a bracelet. These are handmade by me. It is said to receive negative energy and then to neutralize it. Some people also say that it actually sends back the negative energy to the sender, like a mirror would. However, I'm personally not so sure about that one. But it definitely neutralizes that energy, that negative energy, and therefore cleansing it every once in a while is definitely a good idea. You can cleanse it with vibrational sound. You can cleanse it with smoke, you know, incense, for example, or of course moonlight. However, with moonlight we only have that so often. So I do suggest cleansing it quite regularly. Some alternatives for this crystal are actually smoky quartz, black obsidian, and shungite. Essentially, all black crystals kind of do a relatively similar job in terms of protecting from negative energy. The third crystal is amethyst. This is one of my favorite crystals, and also one of those crystals that are super common. It is part of the clear quartz family, so it's part of the quartz family. And as a matter of fact, amethyst is chemically the same as quartz, the only difference being that it contains minerals that create that color. So if a mineral is very common in a certain location, then the amethyst could be deeper purple, it could even have shades of red, or it can be a little bit more pale. Now with amethyst, it is important to not leave your amethyst in the sunlight as it can fade with time. Make sure that you're also cleansing this crystal relatively often. Amethyst is great for any kind of crown chakra work, third eye work, so anything that has to do with metaphysical, anything that has to do with otherworldly kind of work, divination, right? Meditation, astral projection. Amethyst is really great for that. It is said to help calm stress and is often used to help with insomnia. So I actually have an amethyst under my pillow. The fourth crystal that I suggest is citrine. Now, a note about citrine: this is citrine and this isn't. This is baked amethyst. If you popped amethyst into the oven for long enough and at high enough of a temperature, it would be turning into this kind of orange color. Some people still call this citrine, some people sell this as citrine, and some people don't mind, but as long as you know the difference, that's all that matters. Some people still love it for its beautiful color. Personally, I don't like working with this enhanced amethyst or baked amethyst. It's also very brittle, so a lot of the heat damage is very clear when you're working with this crystal. I prefer not to, therefore. But of course, that's completely up to you, and they definitely are still very beautiful. That orange color, that yellow color is really beautiful nevertheless. So citrine also is part of that quartz family, similar as amethyst, or the same as amethyst actually, meaning once again it depends on the mineral and on the location, and that's where the color comes from. So citrine is a stone of happiness, of the sun, of prosperity, therefore is often used to increase your mood, and often used for money related things. So if you're doing a money spell, for example, or maybe buying a new house spell, then citrine would actually be a great option for that. Now, even though I said that this stone is a sun related stone, it actually doesn't like the sun very much. In fact, if you leave it out in the sun for too long, it will really fade. I've made that mistake. Don't make that mistake. You will really be regretting that. As you can see here, this is citrine and it really faded. Now, the last crystal is rose quartz. Rose quartz is the crystal of love in all its forms. Think romantic love, platonic love, self-love, of course, all the different types of love. Rose quartz also is part of the quartz family, and it also fades in the sun if it is out too long, so make sure you limit sunlight exposure. Rose quartz is also a very popular stone. You'll see it everywhere on Instagram in all different sizes and forms. It's really a beautiful stone. A lot of people really love it. My mom actually has a big chunky raw rose quartz next to the TV and another one next to the computer, because once again it is also said to protect from these radiations. It's really a great stone to carry with you in your bra, in your pocket, wherever really. It's got a really nice, calm and soothing energy to it. So that's actually already it for this video. Let me know which is your favorite crystal, why it is your favorite crystal. I could really be talking about crystals all day long. I did want to keep this video on the shorter side, just a information-packed video. I do have a couple of links in the description box as well for some further reading, as well as some sources. If you did like this video, please don't forget to hit like and subscribe to my channel. It helps me out a lot. I also have my own crystal witchy shop in the description box below, so if you would like to have a look at that, I do sell crystals myself. The link will be once again in the description box, as well as all of my social links. So I hope you are staying safe and blessed be. See you next time.